Good morning, Dothan Rotary Club. Glad to have everybody here this morning. What a nice, almost spring-like day we've got. It's really nice after the cold weather we've had. Thank you for standing. We'll all now have the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem.
Join me as we sing.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Pastor Darrell Roberts, come forward and give us a revocation.
Good morning. Let us pray. Our Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this moment, for this hour. God, we love you and we praise you, for you are good to us in spite of us. So now I ask that you would cover us with your divine protection, guide us with your wisdom, protect the leadership of this Dothan Rotary, grant them wisdom and knowledge. Father, thank you for all that are represented here today, our friends and visitors and members. Thank you for the food that has been prepared for us for the nourishment of our bodies. Guide our minds and our thoughts. In Jesus' name, amen.
Member Rotary, Mr. Jerry Dutton.
Got to get this down and stand on the stool. Anyway, I guess we need to say a prayer for Heather. I understand she's very, very sick and never misses a stroke of having birthdays and anniversaries with dead. And so we're kind of creating the birthday wish list today and no anniversary list, but we will catch it up next week. But before we do the birthdays, understand James Etheridge is having some procedures that will probably, I'm not sure exactly what, we'll be missing the next few meetings. And so let's keep our fellow Rotarian, our loyal Rotarian, James Etheridge, in prayer with whatever procedures he's having. Sheila, I know you're doing all the technical stuff today, and we appreciate Sheila. Let's give her a hand for stepping up. You know, I would have, but you might have ended up in time or something. I'm not sure exactly what I'm saying. I can walk camera. But anyway, happy birthday to Scott Childers, 2-9. John Watson, John's here today on 2/12. I know it was almost Valentine's Day. And Brandon Hurst, the day before Valentine's on 2/13, which reminds me, make sure you don't screw up. Valentine's Day is Saturday. And so I'm giving you all a week's warning. Don't mess that up, guys. You got a whole week to do it. And I don't want to hear about anybody having to sleep on the back porch or having joined the dog at the dog. Y'all have a great week. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Rotarians.
afternoon, everybody. On this wonderful day with no cold, I'm very excited. You know, Troy Fountain told me when we moved down here, he said, the good news is, even though I know you have a big storm in Atlanta once a year, there'll be no snow in Dothan. So here we are, and I'm very happy with the warm weather, but I'm also very happy with the Dothan snow and all. But anyway, our guest today, to introduce the guest of Alan Richards, Greg Holland. Okay, thank you, Greg. And then the guest of Jack Collier, Brian McCain. Thank you, Brian. Any other guests today? Thank you all for being with us, and hope you all have a great afternoon.
Today we have 1,034 points. Today's winning number 791. 791. Who we got?
Oh, we're good. We're good. Oh, no, very close.
Like Kurt will play again next in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna last $5.
Now, good like to have Bob Rudder come forward.
Thank you, Alan. This morning, we're going to say goodbye to a good friend, a longtime Rotarian. Sam Casey is moving to Atlanta. He and Valeria are going up there to live closer to their 2 daughters and all their grandchildren, and I don't blame him a bit. But we're going to miss him. He joined the club in '09. He's a multiple Paul Harris fellow. And Sam, we're going to miss you. The choir at First Methodist is going to miss you. Won't be quite as vocal. And y'all, the reprobate table, the IQ there is going to plummet. We don't use like y'all, we just have to call it Google. Sam, we're gonna miss you, bud. Godspeed.
Sam, thank you. You're going to be missed not only here, but yeah, I really would have certainly preferred to see you stay within our neighborhood. Thank you, Sam, for all you've done and for all you will do for your family and the community you moved to. Thank you. Now, moving on to our next spot. This is, before we move on, I'd like to have Lawrence Johnson come forward.
Thank you, Alan. Couple quick announcements today, both regarding our high school students and Interact clubs. You all know every year we do the Dorothy Hardwick Scholarship. We're in the process of that now. I just want to make a quick announcement. A reminder that scholarship money is for Dothan High School seniors. Funds may be used for college tuition. Quick plug, this year we do have a larger pool of money to award. And completed applications are due back to me on or before Friday, March 27th. So a message to this group, if you know any seniors at Dothan High, tell them about that scholarship. This year it is more money that we'll be awarding, may do a number of scholarships. So let anybody you know that may be eligible for that. Separately, Alan, and Alan mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but reminder about Camp Ryla, the Rotary Youth Leadership Academy. Y'all remember that a few months back, Rotarian Mike Sledge came and did a program. RILA has been around for a number of years, but our district has not been able to do, and we haven't got participation in the past. Mike has kicked the tires and got that going again. He has a website out there with a lot more information. On your tables, there are packets with some information about Camp RILA. And this year, our club is hoping to sponsor at least 2 students from our local area. Couple quick highlights. This camp is for rising high school juniors and seniors. It will be July 19th through 23rd at the University of South Alabama campus in Mobile. Like I said, there is a website. I actually don't think the website's listed on that info form. I'll read it off really quick, but you can text me, call me, email me, and I'll be happy to provide this. But it's RYLA6880 for District 6880.org. The application deadline for that program is April 30th. And again, there's more information on your tables. If you need anything on that, reach out to me. Thanks, Al.
Those who weren't here when Mike Sledge came and spoke on RILA, it say it's moving this year to University of South Alabama, at least this year. But Mike Sledge put a lot behind it, and we expect it to be an extremely good program this year. You're going to see a lot of positive feedback and input on it this year. Now, this is one of the favorite parts of this position. Today we're going to introduce 2 new members to the club. We will actually bring them forward separately. If now, if possible, David Hanks and Julie Gonzalez come forward.
That's even tough for me. Thank you, President Allen. And y'all, we're very fortunate to have Julie with us. She's on jury duty. And she just came in here on 2 wheels. So she knew how important this was. But it's my pleasure to introduce Julie again to the club. As you all know, she's the new CEO to our Grass Area Food Bank. She's married to Juan Gonzalez, and he's a district manager for Frito-Lay. And she has 2 children, Joy and Jasmine, and 2 grandchildren, Emmy and Addie. She's a lifelong Dothan resident, going to Dothan schools and Rehoboth High School, graduated from Rehoboth, went to Wallace, graduated, went to Troy, graduated. She's been part of the food bank for 19 years. She also serves on the zoning commission down in Taylor, and she's a member of Memphis Baptist Church. Julie Gonzalez.
Julie is proposed as a member by David Hanks. The proposal has been reviewed in accordance with our club constitution bylaws. I now ask Julie, as we go forward into this program, we're going to admit Julie Gonzalez into the membership in Dothan Rotary Club and to the friendship of Rotary throughout the world. It has already been explained to you the ideals of Rotary is service. Our principal motto is service above self. The object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal. You've been approved for membership in this club because we believe you to be a worthy representative of your vocation, interested in the ideals of Rotary, and willing to do your share. You have agreed to accept the obligations of membership in this club and to obey the club's constitution and bylaws. Now I have the pleasure of your proposal to pin on the Rotary emblem. And we do not have Rotary emblem in this packet, but we do have your 4-way test and your Rotary badge. And now I would like to, Julie, I'd like to welcome you to the Dothan Rotary Club. Will all members please stand? Let's give Julie a real Gonzalez, in charge of Julie, your friendship and helping make her membership useful. Congratulations, Julie.
Thank you.
Now to have Will Golson and John Paul Turner come forward.
Thank you, Alan. It's my pleasure to introduce John Paul Turner, newest member of the club. He was born and raised in Dothan, went to Houston Academy and Troy University, and he is engaged to Catherine, what's her name? Botal, soon to be Catherine Turner, and John Paul is a commercial banker at Synovus Bank. So, I welcome John Paul to the club.
John Paul, we now proceed to admit you to membership of the Dothan Rotary Club and to the friendship of Rotary, not only here but worldwide. It has already been explained to you the ideal of Rotary, service above self. Our principal motto is, of course, service above self. And the object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal. You have been approved for membership in this club because we believe that you be worthy as a representative of your vocation. You're interested in the ideal of Rotary and willing to do your share. You have agreed to accept the obligations of membership in this club and to obey the club's constitutional bylaws. Now I have the pleasure of having Will pass your Rotary four-way test. You will receive a pin and your Rotary badge we wear at the meetings. John Paul, welcome to the Dothan Rotary Club. For the members, please stand. Welcome, Julie and John Paul. Fantastic day. One other announcement. Our February board meeting will be following this meeting at our normal location of the hill. Now I'd like to turn the program over to Stephanie Crow. Stephanie.
On Tuesday, March 18, 2025, Randy Morris was selected to serve as the City of Dothan's 12th city manager. Previously, as the assistant city manager and as the interim city manager, Randy worked with the city commission and department heads each day to oversee city operations and implement special projects. His previous role as general services director offered him the opportunity to interact with all city departments on a regular basis by administrating construction projects and coordinating services. His career allowed him to manage a multitude of various projects, prepare budgets, capital improvement plans, and prepare reports and studies on different subjects. Randy Morris is a professional engineer with over 29 years of experience in the engineering, construction, and executive management fields. Randy earned a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Alabama. Prior to his career in municipal government, he worked as an engineering consultant with a private firm and served in the Navy. He has extensive experience with working in multiple departments within the city of Dothan, including engineering, public works, Dothan utilities, general services, and administration. Randy is the proud husband of Wendy and father of Brooke and Rachel. In spare time, he enjoys hunting, fishing, and watching college sports.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here today. If you were listening, I am an engineer by trade, so I like projects. So I thought I'd give you all an update on where we are with a lot of the different projects that we have going on throughout the city. And if you got a question anytime, just don't have to wait till the end. Just raise your hand and I'll get to you. I was at home. Who's been downtown noticed a few cranes working around? So we started the city center project several years ago, a lot with the help of Wiregrass Foundation. They've been a big supporter of us, both monetarily as well as helping us with the different projects. You know, we've got a huge master plan here, and believe it or not, we're just about halfway through this thing. Who's been to the Opera House since it got reopened? Is that not a great facility or what? You know, that was a $17 million project. We were lucky to have a local family donate $10 million toward that project. And we think that that's going to last her for a long time. If you hadn't been, this is just a shot opening night. Everybody going in, wait to see the show. And then this is the new addition, the pre and post event space. Who's been to a concert at the park? All right. So this was another project. This was about $11 million project. Houston County, they donated $1 million toward the project. And as you can see, the one down on the bottom right, that's during one of the daytime festivals that we've had there. I think ever since it's open, we've had something in the park every month with the exception of January, I believe. And we're working toward having something at least every month that people can come out and get some entertainment, do something, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. These are just some different shots. Water feature at night has been just some of the overhead drone shots. Next is Wiregrass Innovation Center. Top left is the rendering, and the bottom right is what it looked like last week. I drove by there on the way here today. They've got all that sod in. They've got landscaping done. We're just working on the other side over there. This, what brought this on was a collaboration with Hudson Alpha from Huntsville. They brought down, they're starting a Hudson Alpha Wiregrass. They've already got about 5 or 6 employees, but they'll be the primary tenant in the Innovation Center. We just signed our first lease with another company that's moving here from Enterprise, and we expect to have other leases for the ag tech type companies to move in and grow this sector in our market. Well, I'm going the wrong way again. This is a sneak peek on the inside. The picture on the left is the grand entrance. When you come in, you got the stairwell going up top, and then that's the reception desk and the foyer right there. That's a shot from the lab on the second floor, looking down, and the stairwell going down into the main building. And then over on the right is a greenhouse. That is something that they'll use to be able to do their experiments, grow the plants there as well before they have to put them out in the field to grow. This project was a huge collaboration. This was about a $35 million project. Representative Lee and our local delegation helped us get $20 million from the state to go toward this project. And then again, Wiregrass Foundation put $10 million toward it. We've been able to get several $100,000 in grants from Innovate Alabama as well as Alabama Power Foundation. Next, that if you've noticed, is City Hall going on right there at the corner of Oates and Main. So everybody knows where City Hall is now at the Civic Center. Who knows where it was before it was at the Civic Center? Opera House, that's right. Word is the mayor at the time sold their commission and the citizens on building a new opera house for all the touring shows to come through Dothan, and then they just added City Hall into it. So looking at the way it was laid out, it actually worked pretty good. This is before we started any work. If you've never done it, it's quite difficult to amass a large amount of property in downtown Dothan. We were able to do it, and this is a rendering. The building on the left is the new City Hall that's going up. I've had people ask, when is that parking deck right there on the corner going to be done? Well, it's not a parking deck. That's City Hall. There's a lot of surface parking associated with this project, but we are not having a deck right now. We have made plans that we have the area where we can put a deck in the future if the need becomes available. And then over on the far right, that's the City Hall Annex. That's where the Dothan Eagle used to be. We didn't really want that property, but they own the parking lot that's went and got onto the footprint of where City Hall's going. So we ended up having to buy that Dothan Eagle property. We initially were going to renovate it. When our contractors took a look at it, they said, you'll be cheaper to tear it down and build exactly what you need instead of trying to renovate. That building had been added on to 4 or 5 different times and all different elevations. So it had a lot of different challenges with it. This is a shot coming down Oak Street. That's going to be the primary entrance right there on the north side. Just a night shot of what it's going to look like. Big thing with this building, as well as the Innovation Center, these are what we call mass timber construction. Don't have much steel in it. All the beams, all the slabs are wood. The great thing about it is that wood was grown here locally. It went to a local sawmill, went to Smart Lamb right down the road. They built it and then brought it to our job site. Just another shot. This is what it looked like as of Thursday, I believe. They've got one more deck to go up, and then they'll start on the north side of it. They'll build that structure, and then they'll do the infill between the two buildings. This is what the main entrance looks like for the reception desk. Over to the right is going to be the commission chambers. They're the brown, that's going to be our business services. And then on the back side of the orange, that'll be for utility collections. And then to get to all the other offices in the city, it'll be behind secure doors where you'll have to be escorted in. There's a shot of the commission chambers. You see all the yellow, that's the Smart Lamb wood beams. This is on the second floor. It's the employee break room. Instead of having a bunch of different kitchens and all the different suites, we put everything together in one to have more of a focus for better interaction of our employees. Here's a shot of the mayor's conference room that's up on the 3rd floor where our administration offices are. This is the City Hall Annex. It was cheaper for us to build this extra building. This will house our IT and our personnel departments. Then across the street, that's where the old probation and parole office was that we purchased from the county, and we turned that into parking area. If you do have jury duty, that's the best place to park.
You can't get in it. I had to park on the advertising side.
I understand, that's because it's a premium place. The good thing is you don't have to cross Main Street, you don't have to cross Oak Street. So it's the safest way to get to the county courthouse from a parking spot. That's what it looked like as of last Thursday. Got slab poured, they're supposed to be going up with the steel here in a couple of weeks. Next phase of the project is going to encompass there where our city hall is now. We own all the property there inside that dashed red line. The one that we don't have is Liddon Furniture. Not looking to try to buy it from William. He's a great business owner downtown, and we appreciate all the traffic that comes downtown to see his business. You can see those are the other projects around, just orienting you. When we started this, we were looking to renovate the existing City Hall building for the art museum, and then build some performing theaters, on the end, take down the dome and build a new arena. Some of the plans are still up in the air as to, what's going to be done. There's not been any final decisions made on any of this. We're still trying to look to see what's going to be, what makes the most sense for Dothan, as we move forward. But some of the potential options, of course, you could have it as a performance venue. You could have sports tournaments and then also trade shows. These are just some shots of some different facilities around the country, what it could potentially look like. That's where it's set up as a event venue. And then we had a business study done to see what the need for a downtown hotel is. What they came back with is that it's a good possibility to have one even up to 200 rooms. We are looking to build a parking deck associated with this project right there behind Dothan Rotary. But again, there's not been any final decisions on any of these projects yet. We're still in the phase of finding out information. All right. So I want to give you a quick update on some of the roadway projects that we've got going on. Representative Lee and I were just talking. Who remembers the I-10 corridor study? Well, Senator Shelby was able to get us some money for that study. Over time, it looked like it wasn't going to play out, so that money was going to get turned back in. Representative Lee got a phone call that was about to happen, so he got up with the highway director and got him to reallocate that money toward the Ross Clark Circle improvements. So big thank you to Representative Lee for getting that work done, because AlDOT didn't have any kind of project of that magnitude on the books for us. So going back in history, we did the bridge slide first. We changed the bridge out right there at Dr. Hirschig's place. The next phase was there on 84 and 231 up to going up the Choctaw. That phase was done. We are wrapping up the third phase, which is the one right there at 231 North and the Circle. And then we did a major project with AlDOT with some of their A-Trip 2 funds. With what that means is they'll put up to $2 million toward a project on their roads, and the city can overmatch that. I think we overmatched about $6 million on that project, taking it up to John D. Odom. We just finished the John D. Odom intersection improvements. That was also A-Trip 2. The next one is going from Shady Lane back toward Flowers Chapel with a 3-lane section there. The goal is to get it all the way past Brandon Stand as 6-lane. And so with the state only putting $2 million into these projects, I'm trying to keep the amount of money that the city puts into these projects at a bare minimum. So that's why we're taking small bites at this project. Again, the next phase is going out to John D. Odom with that 6-lane section. And then something that we've had we've gone to ask for congressional funding for the last several years, and we'll be doing that again this year, is to get money to do a capacity improvement right there at 84 and Brandon Stand. AlDOT does have a safety improvement plan there, but it doesn't address the capacity at all. So we're trying to get some federal dollars to help us with that. They just finished up 231 South intersection, trying to get it ready for the eventual goal is to have 6-lane section all the way from 231 North all the way to 231 South on the circle. The next phase is going to be starting sometime this summer. It'll be going from 52 up to Fortner Street. So we'll continue that. When we get that finished, we'll have it all the way down to 52 for the 6 lane. And then we're just gonna keep chipping away at it. They'll have to work at the intersection of Park and the Circle. Working with the railroad is a bit of a challenge, but it's something that's needed to be done. We'll get that done. And then we'll finish filling in the dots so that we'll have all of it 6 lane. We get asked this a lot on Brandon Stand about the bridge. We know it's narrow. That is a state maintained road, so it's the state's responsibility to do something with that bridge. Problem is, it's structurally sound. There's nothing wrong with it, other than it's a little bit too narrow. If at some point they do go to change it, it's going to be a very expensive and a very difficult project to complete, because you either have to move traffic completely off of the road, or you've got to build another bridge, shift traffic, and then replace the one that's there. So it's got challenges, but it's not on ALDOT's radar as far as needing replacement anytime. The other thing they've got in the works is a safety project over on the east side of town. Originally, it was going from right before you get to 52 on the Circle down to below the hospital. There were some issues with the Kelly Drive intersection right there, so they split it up in 2 projects. They're going to do the southern part first, from 84 down to just below the hospital, and then we'll come back and do the north section another year. Also, they're about to do a project up on 431. Again, it's just to take out some of the median crossings, make it a safer highway to travel on. They're not adding any lanes or anything on it, but they will be doing the safety improvements. And then, who's driven down Main Street anytime? So it's a little bit rough, and the reason for that is we knew ALDOT was coming through to resurface Main Street. Well, guess where some of our oldest infrastructure is? It's in Main Street. So we've gone through, we've checked and replaced all the sewer that needed to be replaced, lined what needed to be lined. Likewise, same with storm drainage. We've had both of those projects. We've completed both of them, and I think ALDOT's supposed to issue notice to proceed this month to do the resurfacing on Main Street, and the contractor is telling us they're anticipating getting started in May. So, since we've got a little bit of time before that, one thing that we've looked at for several years is doing what they call a road diet in the heart of downtown on Main Street between Oak Street and Museum Avenue. And if you don't know what a road diet is, it's basically taking those 4 lanes and cutting it down to 3 lanes. If you've ever sat in the turn lane trying to get onto Foster Street and have vehicles coming by both sides, it's a little bit uncomfortable. There's been more than a few side view mirrors knocked off right there. So what we're looking to do is go from 2 lanes in each direction to 1 lane in each direction with a continuous center turn lane. What that's going to do is, one, it's going to have to be more, it's going to be wider, more comfortable lanes that you can get through there. It's going to increase the amount of sidewalk that we'll be able to have in that area. That's where the primary businesses are on Main Street. That is built all the way out to the right of way. So we've had a lot of renewal of businesses in the downtown area. This is one thing that they want, is to have that safer feeling for pedestrians to use it. So we have the opportunity to do something you never have, and that's to do a trial period. So we've done the studies, and basically at the worst traffic of the day, which is 4 o'clock in the afternoon eastbound, if you implement this traffic road diet, it'll only add 30 seconds to get through that section. What we're hoping is associated with that, the trucks, as they're routing around, they'll look at their GPS, and if it's 2 seconds quicker, it's gonna route them on the circle instead of through downtown. So we're hopeful that this is gonna decrease the number of trucks that we have coming through the downtown area. We'll implement this in the next couple of weeks. We'll come in, our own city forces will shut down that area, scrape up all the paint that's there, paint back the 3-lane section, and then it'll be opened back up for traffic, by a Monday morning. That'll give us about 8 weeks to see what the effect of it is. If it blows up completely, then we'll go back when they come in and resurface, we'll go back to the way it is now. If it works well, we'll keep it as the road diet section. This has been done lots of places throughout the country, and it has several good benefits. So we're lucky enough to have an opportunity to do it on a trial basis. This is the Ross Clark Circle Safety Project, going there from 84 on your right to Medical Park Drive down there on your left. The signal that's there at Fairview Avenue now, that'll be removed and put down there where the Medical Park Drive is. You'll still have access, but the easiest way to get on and off to the medical center is going to be there at the signal. And again, this is a safety type project to cut down on the number of accidents that we have. This is the Brandon Stand project right here at 84. This is going to clear up some of the side roads that come in right there at the intersection on Brandon Stand. Go take those away and then make it a much safer intersection to go through. And then this is the road diet section that I was speaking to. You know, before you got the double lefts, the double lanes going in each direction to 1 lane in each direction with a center turn lane. And you can see just a rendering of what it'll look like there on the top right corner.
Randy, did you say that trial would start in a couple of weeks?
Yes. I don't know exactly when they're looking to start it, but what we're going to do, well, one, if you've been downtown lately, we've got a lane shut down right there on Main Street where they're having to load the mass timber for the city hall.
I drive it every day, that's why I'm asking.
We were waiting until they're through having that section shut down. So once they're done and we don't have that lane closed, then we'll go to the road diet. But don't worry, we'll put it out the social media as well as press release so that everybody is aware of it. And if you don't follow us, if you've got a Facebook account or a LinkedIn or what else we have? Instagram. Follow City of Dothan. That's the easiest way to get all your information about what roads are closed, because believe me, we've got sections of road closed throughout town all day, every week, you know, because as much infrastructure as we have, something is always breaking we're having to fix, or we're going through and do a different roadway project.
Randy, will that stop at Oak Street?
Yes. It'll stop at Oaks.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Did you said the roads would be shut down while they scrape up the paint and everything?
Yeah, we'll do it like on a Sunday afternoon and work through the night until we get it done and then open it up on Monday morning.
Okay, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
Be routed during.
We'll do it at the best time to minimize the most,
Okay.
how many people are impacted. Just give you an update. Every year, we budget, I think we're at $2,750,000 is what this next year's budget is for resurfacing. But we resurface roads every year, $2 million plus. This was 25 resurfacing, we were only able to do 15.3 miles at 1.94 million. It costs $125,000 per mile to just resurface the road. So as costs go up, that number, the amount of road we can do continues to go down. But you see, we spread it around throughout town. We've had a study done, and we have all the roads ranked as far as from best to worst. And so we work from the worst side, trying to get all of them in the best shape they are. And we continue to add money to the budget every year for resurfacing. Couple of big ones that we're going to have to do in the next couple of years is Westgate Parkway from 231 to 84. That's about $7 million to resurface that section of road. And then we've got to do John D. Odom from 84 to 231. That's about a $5 million. So whenever you see that resurfacing going on, just know that it is not cheap. Nothing's cheap anymore. All right. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
What's the status of your Honeysuckle Road project?
So we just applied for a build grant through the federal government to do the phase 2 section of it. We got that section, we have all the property obtained, and we're probably about a 95% design. So if we can get 80% funding for that, it's about a $25 million project. That section is. That will open up new area for development. So that's the one we want to do first. And then we'll come back and see if we can get funding for the other part that goes from Porter Street to Main Street. But yeah, we're still working. Yes, sir.
I noticed that a lot of the murals are really faded bad. Any chance of me fixing those up?
So that's not a city function. There's a mural board, and we have noticed that as well. So we're trying to set up a meeting with them to see how we can address that to make sure that we keep them looking the way they should. If you notice, we do have a couple of new murals that Art in Public Places has done. One was there in the park, right there on the back of Honeybee Teas and the Grand. And then they did the Robert Trent Jones one, not Robert Trent Jones, Future Masters, right there at Return to Go Country Club. But yeah, we are working on it. Yes, sir.
William Lee McGinnis building and the Steve Estridge building, are they remaining or are they going away?
So we do not own Mr. Etheridge's building, so it's staying. Dr. Hicks building there on Troy Street, we own it. That should be coming down maybe as early as this week. And then once they finish with that, they're going to move over to the Lee McKinnish building. We're going to take that down as well. The Hicks property is going to be part of parking. And then the Lee McKinnish building, that's going to be a green space. It's right there. That could be for future expansion of City Hall, a long time after I'm gone, or just remain green.
You said there was an expected start date on the Wednesday.
There is, and I don't know what it is. One thing, I'll again give a shout out to Representative Lee. We have quarterly meetings with the ALDOT director. He comes down with his staff. Representative Lee, some of our other local delegation will sit in. We go through all the different projects that we have with the state, and then we get updates on where you going next. So we being able to be in front of them like that on a regular basis, that keeps Dothan in the front of their mind, and they'll keep putting projects down here, we hope. Yes, sir.
Randy, this is not a criticism of the city or anything, as I understand that the section of 231 between 84, section of circle between 231 and Choctaw that's a state highway project. project, Aldot came up with those genius service roads.
Yes.
I understand they haven't put service roads like that in anywhere else, and we were to experiment, see how well they work. Is there any way we can get a pledge that we'll never, ever do that again?
That's, I will pledge it. Yeah, we did work with them the best we could, with that design. One big thing we wanted that they would not put in the project is another, U-turn area between where you cut off to go to Sam's and Choctaw Street. So they wouldn't allow it because it was too close to the intersections. So, yeah, you do have to go up and do a U-turn. If you've ridden them, it works like a champ.
You know, the problem is no one from out of town understands it, so all those businesses are missing customers now.
Well, here's one thing that we've done. We've worked with Waze to get these new traffic patterns in their system. So if you're like me and my wife are going somewhere, we decide we need to eat lunch somewhere. First thing she does is she gets on her phone and finds out where we want to eat, and then we put it into GPS and it takes us right to it. Well, that's what your out of town folks are doing as well. So if they see that, they just hit Chick-fil-A and it's going to show them how to get over there too. It's not ideal, but
there's still a lot of, particularly fast food, there's a lot of impulse, like, oh, there's Chick-fil-A. You can't do that now. Once you test it, you're committed, and you're not telling you don't have to do that.
well, and I'll tell you this, in traveling in other cities, they not necessarily the service roads just like what we have, but you can't get there easy anyway. You have to go down, make a U-turn, come back to it. So I think it is going to work. I really do. I know it has met Aldot's objective of moving traffic on the circuit. That's their biggest objective with these type of projects. Not only moving the traffic, but having it done as safely as you can. Back.
Murphy Mill Road's being resurfaced right now. Are they gonna make any adjustments to the light at John Deere and Murphy Mill? Like between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning?
It's not busy there, is it?
Take variances. It'll take a lot of those moms to know how to do that.
So, I'll mention that to make sure that they got the timing down as best you can. Yes, sir.
Your projected cost for the city hall project?
So it's total, it's about a $75 million project with both of those buildings.
When the new city hall is completed and the move is made, will demolition start on those?
Well, we got to figure out exactly what we're doing first. So we're going over multiple different options with the commission now, and once they decide what direction they want to move in, then we'll be able to start our planning. With any kind of project like that, you're looking at probably at least 12 months of design time. So where City Hall, where we are now, that'll be vacant for a while until we move into whatever the project.
Will that strictly be a civic center entertainment venue, or will they still be offices in that facility?
No, so we're not looking to have any offices except ones that are needed for the performing arts folks that'll be running the facility. No other city offices will be there. Everything that's at the Civic Center now will be moved to the new City Hall and Annex, with the exception of our performing arts department. One other thing I'm going to mention to you: who uses the drive-through at the Civic Center? Well, good, because it's going away. So we still have a lot of people who like to come in and pay the bill in person. That's fine. We're going to have that opportunity. Who's used one of our kiosks to pay your bill? No.
Obviously, we don't pay bills.
I'm going to need a list of everybody in, so check utility accounts. But no, we've got kiosks. We got one right there at the Civic Center under the portico. We've got one at Dothan Utilities. We got one at Westgate Park. We just built one at the overflow lot behind the Civic Center. We just put one in at Wiregrass Park. And we just put one in on the fire station up on Napier Field. So we're trying to get those bill pay locations where people who use them the most, it'll be more convenient for them. That way we don't have to have a drive-through window at the new city hall. So we've got all those operational now. We're coming up with a plan on how to phase out the existing drive-through, just so people get used to it, so that they don't show up at the new city hall saying, well, where's the drive-through? So anyway, that'll be coming too. But again, sign up. You can download the City of Dothan app. You can sign up for all kind of notifications. You can get notifications for when sign up for T-ball leagues and swimming lessons and road projects, all that kind of good stuff. So it's important to stay informed and see what we're doing and make sure it doesn't have a bad impact on your day. Anybody else? Yeah.
I have one more question. You may not know or may not be aware, but I don't know what it is. We have property that's a little on North Beverly.
Okay.
There's blue flags, yellow flags say Southeast Gas, but there's blue flags and some orange flags and that runs all across the front of my property. It goes all the way down to 84. You have any idea what?
Somebody's called in a utility locator and they may be fixing to come in with fiber or have to do some work on the right of way. Before you dig, you have to call in utility location, make sure you don't hit somebody's water line, sewer line.
Well, yeah, we don't see any digging yet, but it keeps messing up my internet.
That may be your call. That may be why they're doing it. They may have to be making a repair to the internet. You know, but before they can dig to fix it, they have to give at least 2 days notice for all the utilities to go out there and mark where their utilities are, so they're not damaged.
Hey, Randy, I just want to say too, in spite of my comments about Alba out there, I do think the city's doing an outstanding job, and I really appreciate the hard work that all you do, and I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I've got a great staff. One of the best group of department heads we've ever had. Next month's my 28th year with the city, so I've worked with a lot of them. Appreciate that. Just know that everything we do, we are doing for the betterment of our city. And if you've got something, a complaint or a issue, or there's a problem somewhere, call our office. We'll put it in the hopper and we will get it fixed as soon as we can, if we're able to. Anybody else?
Thank you, Randy. Really appreciate what you do. Sir. On behalf of the Dothan Rotary Club, I'd like to present you with Dothan Rotary Club mug.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just a couple quick announcements. If you've not viewed our social media programs, Facebook, Instagram, are we on Twitter? We're not on Twitter. A lot of work's going into that. I'm not on Twitter, so I wouldn't know. Please, there's a lot of work's into it. It looks great. Please take a look and view that. Next Monday is President's Day. We will not meet. Remember board meeting? I'd like to thank everyone who helped with the program today and welcome new guests. See, Julie's already left. John Paul, welcome. Sam, thank you for being here and thank you for all your service. You all rise. Before we test. Rings, say amen.
This is true. Will be beneficial.
Thank you. See everyone on the 23rd.